Hello, this is Bryson Engelin with Sonoma Partners with our fourth part in the series on Microsoft Dynamics CRM for architecture, engineering, and construction firms. So in the first part, I talked about a navigation overview, how to walk around the system. In the second part, we looked at account management and the account form. And then in the third part in the series, we looked at opportunity management, going through a go, no-go process, and how to sort of staff and work through an opportunity. In this part, we're going to talk about working with projects. So when you're talking about a CRM system and you're talking about projects, your project management is actually going to happen in a project management system. And what CRM is good for is helping you to generate project one-sheeters that you can use in your proposal. It's a place to track historic information that you can learn about projects, you can search about the different projects that you've had, so you can easily know, have we done a hospital project? Have we done a project in Southern California? Have we done a project with a particular client? And so it's not going to be the place that you actually do all of your project maintenance and your project management, but it is going to be the place where marketing folks can go to look up all of the information on a project, see if it relates really well to an opportunity that you're pursuing, and then throw that into a proposal. So what I'm looking at right now is a project form that tracks the project from a very high level. So the actuals from this probably come directly from our project management system or our financial system. CRM is really good at integrating to other systems, and so some of the information that you see here comes from those systems. Some of it comes from the opportunity that was generated in CRM and that was won, so it's a closed won opportunity, and things like the name of the project, the project location, the client, the role. Some of these high-level pieces of information were actually created on the CRM opportunity record. Once that opportunity record was closed as won, a workflow in the system took that information from the opportunity, created a brand new project record, tracked the data that was on that opportunity to the project, so no one had to rekey that information, and then it sent a call out to those other systems, the project management system and the financial system, and it said, hey, there's a new project here. Once we get new information on this project related to project management or financials, just start pulling that information into CRM for me. So this project has data that is native to the CRM system. Most of that is up here. And then below that, we have other chapters, other tabs within this project like dates and fees. And this is information that came from the financial system. So these are the estimates and the actuals living up against the project in CRM. On the opportunity, we had some estimates of how much things would cost, when things would happen. And as we go and we complete this project, the financial system is tracking all of that data for us, and it's pushing it into CRM up against this record. Other things it can track are things like the primary and billable clients. These may have actually come from CRM. And then the different market sectors and departments, or this may be the different offices that are involved within this project. So you can see that all of the high-level information is on this one form, and if we need more detailed information, there's another project form that maybe an operations person can use, and that's the form that they will see that will give them more detail about this particular project. This allows us to kind of see how we're doing with the project while it's in progress. So you can see the health of this project is green, and we have a couple of months until it's completed. So we're still able to track some of the information as we're moving through the project, and marketers can use this as the project is being built. Other things we might want to track up against this project, we can see this in the navigation of the project, are things like partners and consultants. So these are folks who don't work for my generic AEC company for Sonoma, so the architect or any consultants that we hire. This could be, high-level subcontractors as well. Other things we might want to look at are related opportunities. So this is that rules engine in the system I talked about when we were on opportunities that basically says, we've got this project that is nearing completion or is completed, and I want to have that live up against any current pursuits, things that we're tracking towards proposal, so that I can know these are opportunities that we are interested in following up with, and these are projects that we can use to help strengthen our argument for why we should be the vendor, the architecture, engineering, and construction firm that they choose for that particular opportunity. Other things we might want to track are the documents related to that project. We saw document management and opportunities. Client contacts, so who from the client side are we working with? Also, any activities related to this, any associated projects, so just being able to say, we've done a hospital for Kaiser Permanente, let me see all of the other hospitals related to that. And then, of course, one area I really want to highlight is our key staff. So the staff related to this project, it may just be the high-level folks who are related to this, and one of the nice things you can do is you can create employee resumes. So I'm going to run one of those, and I'm going to show you what those employee resumes generated from CRM look like. Now, the resumes come directly from CRM, and they're going to be related to the records here. So all of the data you're going to see on this resume, which I'll show you, comes from an employee record in CRM. Just like we have account records, client records in CRM, just like we have opportunity records in CRM, activity records, and the project record that we're on right now, I can also have an employee record, Bryson Englund. That's me. So you'll note when I look at Bryson's employee record, I see all of the information related to Bryson, his bio, his professional memberships, his project experience with us, his certifications related to whatever he does, and then his employment history, which may be the projects that he worked on before he joined our staff. So it may be that before Bryson joined Sonoma AEC, he worked for McCarthy, or he worked for Lane or some other firm, and he worked on some projects there. So all of his history is going to be here. Now, some of this information may actually come from your HR system, and that's another integration point where CRM can take that data from the HR system and it can kind of pull that into CRM to generate these employee resumes for you. Other ways to get those updates, you may have a employee portal, a website that employees once a year get an email from CRM that says, hey, update your employee information. It includes a link to that website. They log into the website, they see this data from CRM or your HR system, and they can add and remove information. They can update that information on the website, just do it once, maybe twice a year. Those updates get pushed from the website into CRM or into your HR system, and they all display here. So lots of easy ways to make sure that your employee information is going to be up to date. They follow a link on a website, they fill out the website information, they're good to go. And once you have that data in the system, it's all going to be reportable and you can build documents off of it. So there's a native way to create documents and reports in CRM, and I've actually created one of those resumes. So let's take a look at that. Here's the resume for Bryson that's generated out of CRM, and you can see that's the bio that he had before, his education information, his experience, all the projects he's worked on, and then of course down at the bottom some of the trainings we saw on Bryson's employee record. So let's say we're bidding on an education project, and Bryson has a lot of different experience with municipal projects, mining and industrial, and education projects. And what I want to do is I just want to filter down onto education. So I'll say in the project types, just show me the ones that are related to education. And I'll go ahead and apply that filter, and I'll refresh this report, and it's going to show me all of the information related to the projects that Bryson has worked on for education. So you can see we have only 2 projects he's worked on before, as opposed to the 6 different projects we were looking at before. And you can add as many filters as you want to this. So Sonoma Partners, we can make these different templates for you, and we can make them so that you can filter on as many different things as you want. And once you have this from the system, you can export it in a variety of different ways. So whatever's easiest for you to paste into InDesign or to push to Word, we can make that happen for you. So these are the ones that are out of the box: Excel, Word, some of the other ones. In addition to that, having the employee resume is great, and being able to have those employees live up against the project record is really great. But one thing that you might want to do is you might want to be able to search for information related to different projects or related to different employees. So I'm going to go into one of the reporting tools in Dynamics CRM called Advanced Find. And in Advanced Find, you can see that I can get as granular on my searches for projects as I want, and the same for any record in the system. And here I'm going to highlight looking for employees. So I've got a search that's already out of the box that I've created, City Project Supervisors. And you'll note that here I've searched on an employee records job title, Project Supervisor, and I can cross tables, or I can do a table join, some people call it, where I look at not just the employee record that includes a job title, but I can look at a related record to that employee's job history, and I can search on the project type of city. So this allows me to say, I'm looking for a person. That person has project experience that is city project. Find me all the people who work like that, and that way I can include them on a project. And I'll look at my results, and I'll see that I'm the only one qualified to do that. So I'm going to be employed for a long time. And that is a very simple way for me to find exactly who I need to find in terms of employees, or exactly the types of projects that I want to use in my proposal. So that was just a quick look at tracking projects and employees in Dynamics CRM and reporting on those. The same sort of reporting we saw on the employees could be used for projects. So for project one-sheeters, you want to push to your proposal in InDesign or Word, we could do that. What I want to do in the next video is I want to talk a little bit about reporting. So that will be in the next video in the series. And as always, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us at sonomapartners.com. Thanks so much.